You're listening to Network in the 19 and 31 meter bands. You're listening to Network in the 19 and 31 meter bands. You're tuned to Network in the 19 and 31 meter bands.
Good evening, this is Network and I'm Vinu Pepin. And tonight our versatile man about town, John Hargreaves, mans the sports and news desk and gives us a special report from South Africa. And Elmer Hargreaves, our technical whiz, is at the mixer surrounded by tape machines, turntables, what have you. And over the next 60 minutes of music, news, sports, part 12 of the Johnny Erickson story, a look at your letters. We are grateful for your company. Tonight's network is kind of extra special. I sit at this microphone for the very last time as presenter of Network. I'm going to miss this cozy little studio, so if you hear a few sniffles and I go choke, choke, you know why. But I'm not off the network scene, you know, they can't get rid of me that easily. I plan to be very much around, contributing from Bangalore. More about that later. For now, here's our man, John Hargreaves, at the news desk. John, what have you got for us?
Sure, Vino. I hope you don't mind if I give a few sniffs as well.
Be my guest.
Coming up, the black South African nationalist leader, Mr. Nelson Mandela, has been freed from his jail in Cape Town after 27 years of captivity. Reports from Sweden say a delegation of senior Indian officials is to arrive in the country to investigate the Bofors arms deal. The former Sri Lankan president, Mr. Junius Jayawardena, has defended a peace accord he signed with the former Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, saying he feared a military-backed coup. And the two world boxing organizations have refused to recognize the results of today's boxing bout between Mike Tyson and James Douglas in Tokyo. But more on that later in our sports report. Back to you, Vinu.
Thanks, John. We'll have that and other stories right after this track by Kylie Minogue. And before Elmer starts the record, I have something to say. I'm at the tail end of my 6 months here in Seychelles. And if there's one thing I cherish most about my time here, it's the super friendships I've made. And I want to dedicate this track to 3 extra special young ladies, Hannah Rogers, Katie Rome, and Roshi De Silva. I loved meeting and getting to know you, and I think you 3 are extra special. Here's a song just for you, Kylie Minogue with Never Too Late.
The release of Nelson Mandela is a high risk for President de Klerk, but is an important boost in moving the country towards negotiation. And now one of the major conditions of the anti-apartheid movement has been fulfilled. Analysts say if the ANC pulls back from negotiations at this stage, it will damage the image of the anti-apartheid movement. And now the 71-year-old figurehead of the ANC will need to summon all the statesmanship within him if he is to be a key player in the attempt to hammer out a constitutional future for the country.
It comes out on John, right? It comes out on you.
Comes out on Chris. Comes out on this chap.
Oh, I thought you said something.
The Chris Nicklin ends off speaking. You can say Chris Nicklin on the line from Cape Town to John Hargreaves. So now,
Nicklin what?
Chris Nicklin, yeah.
On questions of
Now put it on the
nationalisation,
script.
on continuing the armed struggle, and certainly the government
Not on the apps.
that it
Cue.
intends to keep the state of emergency
This is coming out.
in place, albeit temporarily, until the political climate in South
Okay, stand by. I'll give you your mic.
more. So as I said, I think that largely Nelson Mandela's speech at the rally is going to be one of conciliation, appealing for the black community and all those in South Africa, including whites opposed to apartheid, to come together.
And that was Chris Nicklin on the line from Cape Town talking to John Hargreaves. This is Network coming to you on the 19 and 31 meter band. Coming up is more music, we've several letters to look at, as well as the latest news from the world's sporting arenas, and we continue with part 12 of the Johnny Erickson story. Tim Currell will be along to give us a foretaste of tomorrow's album review. For now though, it's music. A letter here from KK Vinod of Tellicherry. Thanks Vinod for telling us how much you enjoy Network. You ask if presenting Network every day is mechanical or heart-throbbing. $1 million question. Vinod, I gave your question a lot of thought and this is what I've come up with. Our day at the Network office, believe it or not, can begin as early as 8 a.m. and end at 9 p.m. Seychelles time, which is 1.5 hours behind Indian Standard Time. And believe me, getting 60 minutes together of what we think is the very best every day is no easy task. Loads of prayer and thought and planning are invested in each program. And Vinod, going by the letters we receive, I think we can pat ourselves on the back now and then. But we can never rest on our laurels. And as we strive to get Network better and better, the workload of course gets bigger and bigger. But we love Network. We love putting it together each day just for you. And best of all, we love hearing from you, be it assault or flattery. Well, Vinod, I hope I've answered your question. Now it's down to business. You request Tracy Chapman singing Fast Car. Here she is, just for you. Voice of Tracy Chapman, and that was played very specially for KK Vinod of Tellicherry, Kerala. Every Monday, Tim Currell joins us with an album review. Here he is with a sneak preview.
Is it Sachin Tendulkar? Sachin or Sachin? Sachin.
I would like this.
Sachin Tendulkar.
Okay, stand by.
If you'd like to hear more of that song and others from Climby Fisher, be sure to get that album review by Tim Currell tomorrow. Coming up on Network is more music, of course. We continue with part 12 of the Johnny story. John Hargreaves reports on the latest in the world of sports. But for now, here's a letter from Roshni Chandran of Bello. Roshni, you're very sweet. Thanks for all those lovely things you say. Roshni, I'm afraid my time in Seychelles has run out. You see, I only came for a 6-month term. I leave this Wednesday, the 14th, by British Airways through Bahrain and Bombay, reaching Bangalore on the 16th morning. So don't ever miss out on the good things in store for you at Network. Right now, John and Jeff are across from me and they're waving out and they're pretty proud that I've given them a mention on Network tonight because this is my program, my last one.
We hate mentions on Network, don't we?
Thanks for expressing your feelings. We need you around. Well, I guess I've talked enough and all about myself. Roshni must be wondering what happened to the song you've requested. Here it is, Milli Vanilli and Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You. And Roshni, you dedicate this song to me. Thanks a ton.
My, you poor baby. Are you alright? Are you alright? Elma.
Tragedy for me to see the dream is over. And
Here's your mind now.
the day we met.
Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You, and that was Milli Vanilli, played for me at the request of Roshni Chandran of Velo. Thanks, Roshni. This is Network coming to you on the 19 and 31 meter bands. The time is exactly 9:04 Indian Standard Time. Coming up in the next few minutes is part 12 of the Johnny story. For now, a trip to the news desk and John.
Venu, and tonight's sports report is dominated by cricket down under, and in boxing...
We'll continue with part 13 and 14 next Saturday and Sunday around this time. For some reason, several of you did not qualify for the G quiz draw because your answers reached us too late. They are Subin Matthew of Kerala, Vincent of Sauri Palayam Road, Coimbatore, Aruni Kanolkar of Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, Arvind Nadar of Bombay, Amiyangshu Dev of Dibrugarh, P. Armugam of Cape Comorin, Vijay Matthew of Cochin, Maya Elampurnan of Kumbakonam, Debashish Tarafdar and S. Chanda, both of Hazaribagh, Bihar, S. Kannan of Thirubuvanam, Tanjo, Bobby John of Kerala, Casey Sebastian of Kottayam. All of you sent in correct entries, pity, but they reached us too late. Elma will be picking the winner of our H quiz next Sunday on Network. So rush, and I mean rush. Don't let the postal system beat you. Rush your answers to Network, Box 25111, Bangalore 560025. And one more letter here from P. Joseph of Lakatur. Joseph, you particularly request a song for today, played just for you on the turntable. It's Paul Young and Love of the Common People.
From a hole in the roof where the rain came through.
Okay, stand by, we'll try and cut this bit.
Paul Young there with Love of the Common People, played very specially for Pete Joseph of the Lakatur. This is Network coming to you on the 19 and 31 meter bands. The time is 18 minutes past 9 Indian Standard Time. Another letter here from Aruni Kanolkar of Ghaziabad. Thanks for writing, Aruni. Really glad to know that you're one of our newest listeners and you think Network is swell. Wow, we love to hear that. You also request a track I'll be playing in just a moment. But first, let me take a quick moment to thank Tarun Sethi of New Delhi for dedicating a track to me which John played last night. It's good to be missed, and believe me, I'm quite enjoying the attention. Hearing from you has really made the past 6 months worth it. Well, back to your letter, Aruni. Here's Phil Collins and Father to Son.
Somewhere down the road, you're gonna find me place. It seems so far, but it never is.
Emma, before trying to shine, I think I see another line. You'll be...
They brought out the song, so...
This is coming out just now, Vinny. Can you hold on?
Phil Collins there with Father to Son, played very specially for Aruni Kanolkar of Ghaziabad. The time has moved on to 9:22 Indian Standard Time on Network, coming to you on the 19 and 31 meter bands. Newsman John Hargreaves will be joining us in the...
Okay, John, stand by.
Thanks, Vinu. Yes, dominating the news today were reports from South Africa. And a report just in, state police with shotguns fired on a huge crowd of supporters awaiting the freed nationalist leader Mr. Nelson Mandela after rioters smashed windows and looted shops in central Cape Town. Reuters news agency quoted witnesses as saying hundreds of people fled the square when tens of thousands of ANC supporters had gathered to hear Mr. Mandela's first public address for 30 years. Earlier, Mr. Mandela was released from his prison, the Victor Verster, in Cape Town after 27 years of captivity. The white-haired 71-year-old African National Congress leader walked hand in hand with his wife Winnie from the gates of the prison where he had spent the last 14 months of his life sentence. Reports from Sweden say a delegation of senior Indian officials is to arrive in the country to investigate the Bofors arms scandal. The Swedish daily newspaper Dagens Nyheter said the delegation is expected to arrive in Stockholm tomorrow. It said the delegation includes a close advisor to the Prime Minister, Mr. VP Singh. The former Sri Lankan President, Mr. Junius Jayawardena, has defended a peace accord he signed with the former Indian Premier, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, saying he feared a military-backed coup. The July 1987 peace accord allowed the deployment of the
To take us off the air tonight, here's a particular favourite of mine. But first, let me tell you how much I've appreciated your love, your support, your encouragement. It's been wonderful sitting here at this mic week after week, knowing that you are there listening. I returned to Bangalore with a sense of fulfillment. Getting to know you through network has really enriched my life. Keep writing if you happen to live in Bangalore or are passing through. Do visit me at the FEBA office. Who knows, I just might interview you for network and voila, you'll be on the air. You'd like that, wouldn't you? And now here's a track that I especially want to leave you with. Shine, Jesus, shine.
They're all going to think I cried. There was a frog in my throat.
You cried, we heard you.
I didn't know what to do, and I looked at the mic, and then I pressed the cough button.
I'm going to keep that for the fluff tape. Pity I can't get that.
Yeah.
There's a frog in my throat.
Well, it's nice. They'll think a bit of emotion coming through.
I don't like I like to be a strong creature, you know what I mean? Deer who never cries, who never...
Well, you shouldn't go around swallowing frogs. If you eat frogs, it's the kind of thing you can expect.
You know, if John Rogers is listening, he'll really think I broke down.
I'll tell you what, Vinny, just for a joke, I'll finish.
We'll take a good 30 seconds of this still then.
Disappointment, not a phone call.
Oh.
It's like you're having a party and I'm left out in the cold. It makes me feel very insecure in the whole way.
Well, when the program's finished, we'll have a good party. Okay, stand by. Here's your mic.
Shine, Jesus, shine, fill this land with the Father's glory. A beautiful, triumphant note on which I want to sign off for the very last time as presenter on Network. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, on the 19 and 31 meter bands, when Sarah Webb will be your host and Jeff Martin will be newsman. For now, thank you for staying with us. From John, Elma and me, Vinu, it's good night. Have a great week. Stay young and beautiful. See you in Bangalore.
Insane, wasn't it?
Title or what?
Was it very bad? Was it very bad?
Could have been better, but no.
She's going to walk through. Is she walking through the door or not?
She comes through. Dun, ta-da!
You haven't switched on yet.
Hang on, haven't I? Can I switch on my desk?
You haven't switched on your desk.
Fine, fine.
I've been looking at your face right through the program. You have a face like a porcelain doll. Don't you think so?
It's big at the moment, isn't it? Big and shiny.
Mom would have franked you.
Perfect proportions, perfect contours. Honest, I thought she must think I'm rude staring at her all the time. Honest to you. I'm sorry, John. You know? She
Compliment.
Oh.
That's why you married me.
Did you think so? A porcelain doll?
Well, I did check her out first. And the family.
Being chauvinism. We choose them, right?
It's mutual.
So, how does it feel?
Please, I'm tired. I am so tired.
Yeah, I feel like that now. I don't come to work tomorrow. Tomorrow the work starts.
Tomorrow both of us, John, what time have you scheduled for us?
6:30. 6:30 to...
Everybody's coming.
No,
I think
6:30 I've
you're
got a
shopping
date.
at 9. We've got a date.
Yeah.
haven't we?
I have